Hello all. The Iran war is still dominating the news, but surprisingly, after the successful attack on Stryker Corporation, there have been no reports of other large-scale successful cyber attacks attributed to Iranian threat actors. Now that's not to say they haven't tried. A nuclear reactor in Poland was apparently targeted, but the attack was prevented. Clearly, hypervigilance is warranted. Now this coming week, upwards of 40,000 cybersecurity professionals will be gathering in San Francisco for the RSAC conference, meaning that significantly less defenders will be minding the store. Let's just hope that threat actors are also attending and not scheming an attack this coming week. Now this email and video commentary is from the RedDotSecurity.news website that contains a plethora of links to other items not mentioned here that are worth skimming to see if they interest you or pertain to the environment that you support. There's a lot more notes provided in these opening comments. So, on to the headline news. Oracle Corporation has released emergency updates for two Fusion middleware products, their Oracle Identity Manager and Oracle Web Services Manager, to patch a low-complexity remote code execution defect that requires no authentication. Oracle strongly recommends that the critical patches be applied as soon as possible. Now, it'd be nice if they weren't behind a paywall, but that's Oracle's business. Oracle declined to say if this vulnerability has been publicly exploited. In a related note, CISA has directed all federal agencies to patch a max-severity Oracle Secure Firewall Management Center defect that was announced on March 4th by the vendor. If you use this, patch quickly since the FMC vulnerability has been under active exploitation by threat actors since at least January. Telnetd, a very old file transfer process found in most Linux systems, has had a critical defect revealed that affects all versions and can enable an unauthenticated remote code execution. All versions up to 2.7 are vulnerable. Currently, there is no patch. I'm not sure why anyone would want to be using this in 2026, but if you are, stop it! And by all means, do not leave this publicly exposed on the internet. The patch isn't expected for another week or so don't leave this glaring hole open for that long. Ubiquiti UniFi Network application has a couple of critical vulnerabilities that were patched by the vendor this week. The most serious is trivial to exploit and can enable full account takeover and compromise of the network application or server. The fix is to update to the latest version. If you have this and it's publicly facing anywhere, patch immediately. Intoxalock supplies breathalyzer ignition locks for vehicles in 46 states and serves approximately 150,000 drivers. This past week, they were successfully attacked and their systems taken offline on Saturday. Initially, many customers were left wondering what happened as their systems failed to work. Reaching anyone at the company was met with frustration. Finally, on Wednesday, the vendor posted on their website that they are the victims of a cyber attack and are reviewing the event. The results to drivers has been that hundreds, if not thousands of them, are unable to start their cars due to their Intoxalock devices missing the required calibrations. Intoxalock has advised customers that they'll be, quote, covering costs that are a direct result of the temporary system pause, end quote. So there is some hope for reimbursement for those that now need to take Uber, taxis, public transportation, and for expenses related to having their vehicles towed. The latest post from the vendor says that appointments for calibrations will remain paused until at least Sunday, March 22nd. Non-human workforce is a good way to describe the growing presence of AI agents and workers. An excellent article from Coinfluence.com explores some of the nuances that should be considered by every enterprise that is deploying what are essentially a new type of employee. As it is currently, most organizations grant access based on the human employee's credentials that is attempting to use the AI or is based on what is being accessed. However, as we see increasing use of autonomous AI agents that are assigned goals to accomplish instead of just specific tasks, the article rightly explores the idea of treating them as actual employees, with unique identities, privilege access restrictions across multiple systems, and clearly identifying who is responsible for their care, management, and retirement when they're no longer needed. Hopefully, companies are giving serious consideration to the life cycle and management of this growing workforce. To my fellow cyber warriors that will be at RASC this coming week, I hope that you have an amazing time and the systems and people that you support are safe and secure in your absence. May you, in the words of NCIS's Dwayne Pride, go learn things. Keep the shields up.